The air grew heavy as we drove into Virginia City. A palpable sense of history, intertwined with something darker, hung over the town. This wasn't just a ghost town, it was a place where spirits seemed to outnumber the living. My pulse quickened. I could sense we were on the verge of something big, something terrifying. The Washoe Club and the Chollar Mine awaited, each with its own dark tales and restless spirits. Fear mingled with anticipation coursed through me. This was my element. The Washoe Club loomed before us, a grand three-story building with a sinister energy. Its presence was undeniable, a relic of a bygone era that still held on to its secrets. The building's architecture, with its intricate details and weathered facade, spoke of a time when it was a hub of activity. But now it stood silent, shrouded in mystery and whispers of the supernatural. Its dark windows, like empty eyes, seemed to watch our every move. These windows, once filled with light and laughter, now stared back at us with an eerie stillness. The tattered curtains swayed gently in the breeze, as if moved by unseen hands. As we stepped inside, the air grew cold, heavy with the weight of untold stories. The hallway stretched out before us, dimly lit and filled with shadows that seemed to move just out of sight. Each step we took echoed through the silence. Dust motes danced in the faint light that filtered through the grimy windows, each one seeming to hold its breath. The light created an almost ethereal glow, illuminating the dust in a way that made it look like tiny stars suspended in the air. This was a place frozen in time, a time capsule of tragedy and despair. The antique furniture, now covered in dust and decay, hinted at the opulence that once was. Each piece told a story of its own. The Washoe Club had borne witness to Virginia City's boom and bust. Once a playground for the rich and powerful, it was now a haven for lost souls. Stories of suicides, murders and accidental deaths clung to the building like cobwebs. Legend had it that the spirits of a heartbroken prostitute, a murdered gambler and a former caretaker still roamed the halls, seeking solace or perhaps revenge. Their presence was palpable, a chilling reminder of the darkness that permeated these walls. My encounter, a brush with the unexplained. It was a night like no other, where the veil between the known and the unknown seemed to thin. The air was thick with mystery, and every creak of the old building seemed to whisper secrets of the past. We set up our equipment, the silence broken only by the hum of electronics. Each piece of gear was meticulously placed, designed to capture any hint of the supernatural. The anticipation was palpable, as if the very walls were holding their breath, waiting for the night's events to unfold. A sudden cold spot sent shivers down my spine. It was as if an unseen presence had brushed past me, leaving a trail of icy dread in its wake. The thermal camera confirmed it, a cold spot, inexplicable and chilling. The air grew thick, heavy with anticipation. Then it happened. A dense fog seemed to materialize out of nowhere, cloaking the room in an eerie silence. Every shadow seemed to move, every flicker of light a potential spectre. A disembodied voice, barely a whisper, reached our ears. It spoke of pain, of regret, of a life cut short. The voice was faint, almost drowned out by the ambient noise, but its message was clear and haunting. Of a life cut short. The story it told was one of sorrow and unfinished business, a soul trapped between worlds, yearning for release. The flickering candlelight cast long shadows, dancing to the rhythm of the ghostly tale. A wave of sadness washed over me, followed by a surge of adrenaline. The emotions were raw, almost tangible, as if the spirit's anguish had seeped into the very fabric of the room. My hands trembled, not from fear, but from the intensity of the experience. This was it, the undeniable presence of the paranormal. We were not alone. The shadowy figure in the distance, barely visible through the night vision, was a testament to the reality of the unseen. It was a moment of revelation, a confirmation that the world is far more mysterious than we can ever comprehend. Descending into darkness, the Chollar Mine awaits. This is not just any mine. It is a place steeped in history, mystery, and a palpable sense of foreboding. The entrance itself, a dark, gaping hole in the rocky hillside, beckons and warns in equal measure. It is as if the very earth is whispering tales of the past, of the men who toiled and perished within its depths. Leaving the oppressive atmosphere of the Washoe Club, we journeyed to the Chollar Mine. The transition from the haunted halls of the club to the eerie silence of the mine was stark. The old mining town, now a ghostly remnant of its former self, stood as a silent sentinel to the past. Abandoned buildings, their windows like empty eyes, watched us as we made our way down the path leading to the mine. Each step seemed to echo with the footsteps of those who had walked this path before us, their hopes and fears etched into the very ground. If the Washoe Club whispered its secrets, the mine roared them from the depths of the earth. The tunnels, dark and echoing, seemed to carry the voices of the past. Every sound was amplified, every footfall a reminder of the countless miners who had once worked these passages. The air was thick with history, and with each step we felt as though we were walking back in time into the very heart of the Earth's memory. The entrance, a gaping maw in the side of the mountain, seemed to swallow the sunlight. It was as if the mountain itself was alive, breathing in the light and exhaling darkness. The contrast between the bright, open sky and the shadowy depths of the mine was stark and unsettling. It was a reminder of the duality of nature, of light and dark, life and death, hope and despair. As we descended, the air grew colder, damper, and the darkness became absolute. The narrow tunnels seemed to close in around us, the walls pressing in as if the mountain itself was trying to reclaim us. The only light came from our lanterns, casting eerie shadows on the rough-hewn walls. The silence was almost deafening, broken only by the occasional drip of water from the ceiling. It was a place where time seemed to stand still, where the past and present merged into one. The weight of the mountain pressed down on us, along with the weight of countless souls lost within its depths. The oppressive atmosphere was almost tangible, a heavy presence that seemed to watch our every move. The rock ceiling above us, heavy and unyielding, was a constant reminder of the dangers that lurked within the mine. It was a place of both beauty and terror, a testament to the resilience and determination of the human spirit, and a stark reminder of the fragility of life. As we ventured deeper, we couldn't help but feel a profound sense of respect for those who had come before us, and a deep sense of awe at the power and majesty of the natural world. A labyrinth of shadows trapped in time. The mine tunnels stretched out before us, a labyrinth of shadows and echoes. The air was thick with the smell of damp earth and something else, something metallic and ancient. The silence was broken only by the drip, drip, drip of water, each drop a hammer blow on the anvil of our fear. The miners who had toiled and died here were gone, but their presence lingered, trapped in the darkness like insects in amber. The miners' ghosts, restless souls seeking peace. The Chollar Mine had claimed many lives in its time. Cave-ins, explosions, and the slow, suffocating grip of black lung had all taken their toll. The spirits of these miners, it was said, still wandered the tunnels, searching for a way out, for peace. Their tools remained, rusting relics of a bygone era. Their voices, some claimed, could still be heard, echoing through the darkness, a mournful chorus of the damned.